Hello everyone, we are here at Verrado in Buckeye. We're here to give you a full tour of everything you need to know about this community, see if it's a good fit for you and why it's so kind of well known here in the West Valley. It's easily the pride and joy of Buckeye, and there's a lot of reasons for that. If you're considering a move to Buckeye, you have to consider Verrado. Right here, right behind us, this is their Main Street downtown area. So they've got some good restaurants right here. So right behind me is a little Italian place, kind of like a wine bar, and then right on the other side of us, you got a little Central Park area, and then that is their Center on Main right there, what you're looking at. We'll go into more detail on that and what's inside of there, but for the most part, this is the hub of Verrado. This is where most of their main events are going to be when it comes to community events. It's either going to be in the central area or in the Center on Main. That Center on Main, that's kind of their rec center for the most part. That's any resident in the community has access to that. That's where their pools are going to be, that's where clubs are going to meet, and that's where their just overall things to do are going to be, is right in this area. I'm going to get my face off the screen and give you a full tour of this community, see if it's a good fit for you. As always though, I have to plug my totally free Moving to Phoenix guide. It's like 20 pages long of everything you should know before you move to the Phoenix area. If you want that, feel free to reach out to me. My email is on the screen and I'll get that over to you. First thing I want to do is show you where it is on a map and maybe dispel some myths about Verrado. So if you can see right here, it is a little bit on the outskirts. You saw Phoenix in downtown, and we're definitely in the West Valley. One thing that people kind of get worried about is if Verrado is in the middle of nowhere, there's nothing to do around it, there's no grocery stores. These are the closest grocery stores. There is a Bash's' right inside it. There's a Fry's maybe 5 minutes outside of it. And then there's a little bit of a, not necessarily downtown, but a little bit of a strip shopping center where you see that Aldi and Dollar Tree, maybe about 15 minutes from Verrado. So there's definitely still things around it. And when it comes to restaurants, I mean, you can see 20 of them right inside here. There's about 5 or 6 inside Verrado itself, which is a huge plus, that you have restaurants you can maybe walk to depending on where your house is. And then also to a little bit larger of a shopping center, you can see this one's about just 12 to 15 minutes away, where there's going to be more stores like a Target, Ross, all that good stuff, Walmart. And then if you go even a little bit further, just 25 minutes, you have a huge entertainment center called Westgate. And that's actually where the State Farm Stadium is, where the Cardinals play. There's a bunch of restaurants over there. There's constantly events going on. That's where concerts are. So that's definitely a popular spot, and you're just 25 minutes away. So Verrado is not in the middle of nowhere in the sense of you're not close to anything. There's nothing to do. So we'll start with kind of taking a look at just this downtown area. This is definitely what Verrado is known for. One of its biggest perks, in my opinion, is that it just really feels like a small town. Like, you don't need to leave Verrado to really go do anything else. There's a downtown in it. There's restaurants, there's shopping, there's schools. Everything you need for your lifestyle is in Verrado, and it's probably does it better than any other community in the entire Phoenix Valley when it comes to creating this small town feel where you never need to leave it. You can get to know a bunch of people in your community. They do community events and stuff like that, but you don't really need to leave Verrado. So if you like that small town feel, and most of Phoenix doesn't have that, Verrado does, and in my opinion, it does it better than anyone else. Like, you can see we're walking through this little downtown. It's a pretty cool area. You can see us walking by some restaurants here. They have a CVS right on the edge here, and it's just a neat little spot, you know, that is very unique compared to many of the communities. This is us driving up to the downtown, so there are some sort of commercial buildings, like where some small businesses may have their offices right here on the left, and you can also see the mountains in the background. We'll get talking about the mountains a little bit later, but this is just a quick drive around downtown. And straight ahead, you can see the Center on Main. That is right between those palm trees straight ahead. And that is their community rec center. A huge highlight to Verrado is that place. The HOAs in Verrado are $115 monthly, and the biggest perk, other than getting the nice landscaping, they do a great job on all the common areas. You get access to the Center on Main, which is kind of their hub of the community. It is their rec center or clubhouse. It's where their clubs meet. So different people will form clubs, like maybe a card playing club. Really anything you can form, and you can hold them there. That's where they'll do some community events, like maybe celebrating different stuff. They have a fitness center inside of there, and they have an outdoor lap pool and swimming pool. All access to anyone that lives in Verrado gets access to that right there. This is, to me, the best part of Verrado, what you're looking at. I mean, look at these mountain views that surround it, almost 360 degrees. Anywhere you drive in Verrado, you're going to get some pretty awesome mountain views, and a lot of houses have good mountain views themselves. That is a huge, unique factor to Verrado. is how great some of the views you can get. This is actually up in Victory, which is their 55 plus community right next to Verrado. This is taken off from near one of their golf courses, and you can see it's gorgeous. This community itself is extremely nice. The golf courses here are quite impressive, especially in Victory. They have some higher end ones. There's also a high end one in Verrado itself, but you can just see, look at the mountain views. You've got water in it. So we'll take a drive through here. This is actually, as you're driving up to the community, this is what it looks like. So you've got some tree-lined streets. That is one thing to know about Verrado, is just how well kept this community is. I mean, they do a great job of making it look like a high-end community. I mean, it is a high-end community, and it doesn't feel like they just threw everything together. One of the big pluses is they have quite a few different builders that they chose from and are still available to build from. So the homes aren't necessarily cookie cutter. It's not going to be this exact same house on this street and the one right next to it as well. There's plenty of different build options, and the streets themselves, they're just done really well with sidewalks, with trees growing through it, with parks right in the middle. A little bit about housing. So their first started building in 2004, and they are still expanding. Like I said, there are still builders available. They have spec homes, they have build from the ground up homes. If you want access to those and kind of want to know a little bit about the different builders, feel free to reach out to me. There's some available in the mid 400s still. For sale right now, for resales, there's about 100 homes for sale, ranging from $380,000 to $1.5 million, and the median sale price in Victory is around $520,000 in the last couple months. So you can get a very nice home in the 500s in Victory. Pretty modern floor plan, again, built in the last 20 years, going to be in a very nice community with sidewalks, with parks all throughout. That's a huge plus. Almost every street you drive down, you're going to pass by some sort of green belt or park. And then here, again, is just another view. This is just their main street in Verrado as you're driving through. And look at the mountain views you get. I mean, that's unique, especially to Verrado compared to other communities. Here's a quick look at some of the different build styles you can see. They are pretty impressive. They do a great job of changing it up. They've got modern styles. And look, you can see the differences of houses from one to the next. They have different build styles throughout them. And then here is Victory at Verrado. So I'm going to make a full video on this itself, but this is the 55 plus community inside of Verrado. It's extremely high end. They do an amazing job with it. And here is actually kind of just a little taste of what it looks like. This is one of their little hangout areas leading up to the golf course. And I mean, look at that view from the golf course to the surrounding mountains. This is called the Big Patio. They've got a grill. They've kind of got a bar and hangout area. So Victory itself is an extremely nice community inside of Verrado. So I will definitely be doing a video on Victory. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was a full tour of Verrado, everything you need to know. Hopefully you can appreciate it like I do, as easily the best community in the city of Buckeye when it comes to amenities, when it comes to location, mountain views, modern build style. It is hard to beat. If you're thinking of moving into this community, I'd love to help you out. My phone number's on the screen. I'm a realtor here in the area. And also, if you want that free move in a Phoenix guide, email me and I will get that right over to you. This was the community of Buckeye. Let me know your thoughts and if you think it's a good option for you. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos like this.